I'm going to go walking through the woods here in a little bit. I got my Garmin Fenix 3, got my nice little gloves. I got my headlamp because it's pretty dark out, and I have my little ice spikes to put on my shoes. So here I go. As you can see, it's very icy here, and because of that, I have my little spikes. I don't know if you can see them here. Those spikes I put on the bottom of my shoes. I also have my Garmin Tempe thermometer in the back of my shoe. I'm going to make a little video here. I'm at the just a little Cedar Creek Conservation Area here. It's not very late at night. It's about 8 o'clock at night. But you see, you can snowmobile here from sunrise till 10 p.m. So this little video, I shouldn't get in any trouble parking here. But if I do, I'll just tell them that I'm looking at the snowmobile conditions. All right, everybody. I am out here in the chilly Minnesota evening here. I'm going to do a couple little things on a couple features here, but I wanted to show you here as I go down to the weather app. 28 degrees. It is very cold. Anyway, it's a little after 8 o'clock, as you can see, and I'm going to test out the Project Waypoints, which I've always wanted to try out, and I'm also going to try out the Sight and Go. So I'm up here in this nice little cold area here. It's there's a deer hunting that goes on here, and there's snowmobiling that goes on here. So I'm going to set this up here. To set up a Project Waypoint, you go up to the top right, hit the start button, or I'm sorry, you hit the start button like you're finding an app, and it'll show a little, point there, and then Project Waypoint. So then you hit start, and you got to wait for GPS. And up on the very top, you can see coordinates, and on the left side, you can see compass, the direction, and then on the right side, you can see distance, and on the bottom, you can say set heading. So if I swivel here to my left, you can see the compass. I'll go all the way around in a circle here. The compass moves around, so now I'm facing almost exactly north. But I don't want to go north. I want to go this way. So I'm going to wait till it locks into this area here, press start, and then distance, arrow up. And you can see, as I arrow up 1/100th of a mile, on the top you can see the coordinates change. So if you wanted to, you could figure out, oh, what does a 1/100th of a mile equal on those, the decimal, or I'm sorry, the degrees up there. I'm going to do 5/100ths of a mile. It's going to be very short, but I don't want to walk very far in this cold. So I'm going to go up here, press backlight, press start to save, and I'm going to edit it. Arrow down, and I'm going to edit the name, and I'm going to change it just to 1 January. So that's it. So go up there. There we go. And boom. So that just shows how you can change the name. And in order to go there, I'm going to go to navigation. Long press the up button. Arrow down to navigation right there. And arrow down to saved locations. And it'll show 1 January. That's what I want right there. It says 263 feet away, facing west. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press start. It says go to. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it as a hike. And here I go. Wait till everything is locked in. GPS looks good to go. Heart rate monitor is good to go. Tempe thermometers on the back of my shoe. Press start. And so I'm just going to follow this here. And I'm actually going to put on my headlamp here. It's pretty bright. And you can see, there it is. You can see right there. So it's pretty bright, so I need to kind of use this. But off to the bottom here, you can see. There we go. And I'm actually going to turn this down to the dimmer setting. There we go. I don't really need it that bright. So now you can see on the bottom here, you can see right here I have a 4/100ths of a mile remaining. Like I said, I wanted to make it very, very close. I didn't want to walk very far here. This is a interesting area. Like I said, it's for snowmobiling and stuff, but like I said, I don't want to walk very far. So I'm probably going to have to go through these trees, which is fine. And there might be deer up here. Certainly might be coyote too. So I'm glad I have my light. Yes, I do have to go through here a little bit. And I have to go this way. You can see here all this crap. But it's good. I'm learning how to do this. Here we go. And I should be getting there fairly quickly. And let's see what happens once I do get there. See if it gives a warning or not. You always got to give it, when you're getting this close, you have to give it a minute to adjust, for the GPS to adjust. Okay. Right around here. And right here should be fine. There it is, arriving at 1 Jan. So I arrow up, okay. And I'm just going to stop this right here. Actually, let me go through the little things here. There is the map. So if I want to pan zoom, I can pan zoom like this. I can turn this headlamp off now. Turn the old headlamp off. There we go. See if it focuses in. Okay, so if I wanted to pan zoom, I can just go like this. Pan in. You can see I didn't go very far. At any rate, back button to get out of that. And you can see my heart rate, calories burned, training effect. Temperature 31.8. It's actually a little colder, but you know how that works. It takes a while for the temp to adjust. Sunset 440. Pressure, elevation, all that stuff. I went down a little bit. Time of day and all that stuff. So I'm going to go back up to this one. And once you reach your destination, it doesn't show the little screen with the big arrow. So I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to, there's really no need for me to save it. I'm just going to discard it. Yes. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sight and go. So I want to get back to where I came from. And I have a sort of a general idea of where I'm going. In order to do sight and go, I'm not even going to move. I'm just going to stand right here, long press the up button, go down to navigation, and go down to sight and go. Now, sight and go is sort of similar, except, you have to lock in your position. So I kind of know where I'm going. So with sight and go, you see off in the distance there, I don't know if you can see, there's a light there right in the middle of the screen. There's another light in the middle of the screen there, and that is a house. So let's say, I don't really know how far away that house is, but let's say I want to go that direction. Okay, well, from where I'm standing, aiming there, it is at 156 degrees southeast. So that's the direction I want to head. Okay, that's the direction I want to go. Now I press up, start. I want to do it as a hike. And there we go. I got to wait for everything to go. Now the distance remaining, it automatically gives you about a 50-mile distance remaining. And the reason is it assumes that you're not going to be able to see farther than 60 or 50 miles. If you're at the top of a mountain, they assume that that's when you're going to be able to see 50 miles. But the horizon is it's like 12 miles away in great conditions. They're assuming that you can't see farther than 50 miles. That's what they're basing it on, sight and go. You find a thing to look at and walk towards that. So I'm going to start. Now, unfortunately, I can't walk straight there because there's all sorts of terrain. So let me turn on my headlamp here. And I have to walk back to where I came from to get onto that path. Now, I kind of remember how to do it. But even as I walked this way to get back onto the path, I have to look down here and see I'm off course a little bit. So I still have to go this way. Now I know I have to go that way. I don't know how far I have to go. And that's the whole point. I know what I'm looking at or what I'm looking for. I just don't know how far away it is. So from here, it says I'm off course a little bit. So I'm from where I was at back here, it assumes that I'm taking a direct line to that house way out there. But I can't because there's too many obstacles. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep going this way and follow the path. And I understand here, see sight and go, come on now, that I can't walk directly there. I have to go off course a little bit because I'm on this path. But eventually, that's where I want to get to. You can kind of see. Anyway, but the beauty of the sight and go. Let's see what other screens we get here. Oh, okay. We get the elevation. We get an ETA. Oh, okay. All right. Distance remaining, ETA, time of day, time of distance. So I have it as my hike, but you get additional ones. You get an additional. Okay, your additional one is the distance and then these three things, which I believe you can configure. Now, right here is the little arrow that shows me which direction I should be going. As I aim that direction, then I go there. Let me get back to my other screen here. So no matter what screen you're on, it has that little arrow. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to keep going this way, back on the path. Because if I walk through here, it's going to be through a field. I don't really want to walk through a field. There is a big structure, big building up here. Well, I'm glad I wore my spikes. This is icy, very icy. And it is cold. Let's see if my Tempe thermometer has changed. If it's adjusted a little bit. Yep, 29.9, yeah. Got a little colder. So let me go back here to my... I really like this screen here with the big blue arrow. It's so simple. All right. This way. You see the little sign there. All right. Okay. Getting right up here to the parking lot area. So, I'm way off course, it says. Once I get up to a sign here, as I get up to the signage, then I'm going to turn off my headlamp. Okay. There we go. Headlamp coming off. All right, so focus in here. There we go. Still kind of cold for it to focus. So it says I'm a 8/100ths of a mile off course. That means that from way back, excuse me, where I started, direct line from that point to, you can kind of see the light there in the middle of the screen, to that house or whatever that is. I should have taken a direct line, and it says that I'm 8/100ths of a mile away. So I'm at my car right here right now, so I'm not going to go much farther. But let's see. If I were to get right back on course, let's see what would happen here. Still 8/100ths of a mile off course. It gives you a straight line. Yeah, it says I should go that way to that way. So you can see the arrow is pointing that direction here. Over there is the light right there. See the arrow pointing straight up? I'll go like this and hold it up. Here's the arrow, and there's the light right there. So it's going right there. Now the light actually goes, you can't really see, the light goes from here to here. It's a big structure, so I didn't have it exact, but that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to end this. If I wanted to go all the way to that structure, I would just find my way there. And what's nice is the arrow would point me there. Cool. End this real quick. And I'm just going to discard it because I don't need it. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to make a little video of myself here. Yeah, the verdict is in. The Waypoints is pretty cool. I like it, man. You can set your direction that you want to go in, and then your distance, and then it gives you the coordinate. So that's pretty cool. You can kind of get an idea there. Now, if you're just guessing how far away something is, and you don't know, there are little tricks you can use. But for the most part, a waypoint, if you don't know the coordinate or you're somehow close or whatever, you're good to go. And then the sight and go will help you with that too. That's pretty cool, man. I'm glad I did these tonight. I always wanted to know about those two things, and now I know. Just another couple good little handy little features that you don't need to have an additional device. You don't need to have a smartphone. You don't need to have a compass. You don't need to have any of that other stuff. You can use your Fenix 3. And then also, you can use your Fenix 3, since I haven't had it on my wrist. I mean, it's 27, 30 degrees, whatever, Fahrenheit. It's very cold. So you can use it in cold weather. That's good to know. Awesome.